Welcome back YouTube, Harry here, known as Stretch Up, and you guys asked for it. You wanted more vlog videos, so I'm gonna make it, and I'm gonna show you what a typical day is being a trader, right? And a lot of people, they put videos of them buying Lamborghinis and that's their day, right? And or buying a fancy watch. But fact is that traders actually have to do something called trading, and they don't buy Lamborghinis and watches every day. So definitely stick around. It's going to be a fun video because I'm going to show you what I do, and also later on we're going to go to the desert, so definitely stick around to see that. But first thing is, I've come here to the kitchen, which is one of my favorite places, because if you guys watch my previous videos, you know I love fitness. So I'm going to make some protein pancakes in the morning. I'm going to enjoy that, and I'll catch up with you later.
Get paid, little shorty, get paid. 100,000 in the safe, couple thousand in the drain.
Alright guys, it's actually now 10 o'clock, so it's a bit while after breakfast. I went for a walk and stuff like that. And reason why it's so late is that now, Europe has its daylight savings and also USA, and the times change. So here in Dubai, it doesn't really change. For my London session, instead of being at 11 o'clock, it gets changed to 12 o'clock now. So that's the change for me, so I have a bit more time in the morning and I don't have to look at the charts. I probably look at the charts, I'll look at them now 2 hours before London open. I don't really mind, mark them up. So I'll show you how I mark up the charts. And it being December now, the traders call it the low volume period. So people say that there's not much volume, but if the setup is there, the setup is there. But what people have to understand is there's no one strategy that will allow you to trade all a year round. You have to adapt to the markets, and that's why I always suggest you stick to a few pairs only. 1 or 2 pairs is the best, because then you can see how it changes throughout the year. And especially when you've been trading for more than a year, you can see how it acted last year and how it acts this year, because pairs act based on different economic activities and stuff like that. So it's very important you learn your pair and understand how it moves. And for me, I'll tell you how I adjust my trading style after I mark up the charts behind me here already. So I'll run you through the chart markup, tell you what I'm looking for, and I'll tell you how I've adapted my trading style coming into December, right? So that being said, let's get on to marking the chart, and I'll see you after that.
That's ISO. Rack it up, I got a bit of the bank to make me a safe house. Shake it up, she got her hands on her knees and she bringing the cake out. Smoke it up, I got some gas, some packs, I'm up in the greenhouse. Ball it up, I'm with the gang, we taking shots off the rebound.
Alright guys, we finished marking up GJ, and I'm gonna jump in my computer screen and explain my strategy going into December and the markup on GJ, and also the whole economy based on markets and stuff. So I'll see you in the screen. Alright, so you can see here guys that basically GJ on the daily, this is the analysis all done. I'm gonna explain it, so don't worry, there's a lot of lines because there's a lot of things going on with GJ. But as you can see, daily is just printing barcodes. If you scan that, you'll see it will say don't trade. It is very complicated and it's just going sideways. And this is the reality about December, is not every day is a trade day. We won't get daily candles like this here, like a huge daily candle that we saw. But what's important here guys is, if you see this box that I've drawn, this is an important zone. As you can see, every time in the past that the daily has come to this zone, boom, we get reaction, dip below, reaction, reaction. So this is a very dangerous zone to trade in, because price here normally has huge moves down and then back out. We can see similarly when we reach the bottom of this box, boom, we had a reaction, and now we're basically ranging, right? And we've rejected this resistance all the way up here, and now we're basically closed back in the range. I mean, you can argue this slightly close above, but it doesn't really count. And now we close the daily bearish. So going on to the 4-hour time frame, you can see here that we've tried to put in a support here. Looks like 4 hours making a lower wick, and that's C4S, stands for current 4-hour support. And if we are going to retest the highs, we have to worry about a lot of this. So going on the lower time frames, the plan for today is going to be, obviously since the daily is bearish, we could look for price to come down and retest these lows here. So the plan for today is pretty simple, is that we're either going to look for 2 things, and I did put in the group. So guys, please be sure to join the groups, they're in the description. This is a non-judgmental space, and it is actually a space that you can speak to me, look to improve, send charts, ask questions, and it's a really open space. And that's basically why I made it, because trading can be lonely and you can't really progress just watching videos. You have to ask questions, and that's what I really saw progress my trading. And basically in the group here, this is the plan for today. So either we'll look for buys above here after we get above all of this resistance here, or we'll sell below here based on all of this support. and that's based on the daily. Here's the full write-up. So you can either join the Discord or you can join the Telegram, both the same. But yesterday they made a killing. Look, this guy almost got 100 pips yesterday. He'll basically hit 100 pips here, I think. But yeah, amazing day yesterday, and this is during December. And this is what I'm gonna now talk about: trading in December and how you go forwards. How you go forwards in trading in December. Oh yeah, let me just show you the setup that he took, because this is a similar setup. Look, we have a LTA towards the left, close below the support, and then boom, he took the candle going looking to retest the lows here, and he got that full move, which is really good, similar to what we're looking at today, right? But we're just looking either for support to create above here so that we have more confirmation, or we're going to look for below this range. But we have to keep in mind where we are in the market, and you can see at the top of my box we end up rejecting, right? So it's a very important zone, and that's where most people get lost. And so trading in December, my strategy going forward is I don't change my trading style. All I do is take more confirmation. So I don't take any entries that are on lower time frames. I always look for support to be created or more structure in the market. When I can see structure in the market, I can make better educated guesses, because that's what trading is, to take a trade based on that, right? And I look for more confirmation, hour closes, and I'm not in a rush to take the trade, right? And what we can see actually, and I'm going to show you guys something very, very interesting here, is that if we go and we look at the whole economy and stuff like that, and Bitcoin as well, so because I also look at Bitcoin, and I look to also I invest in Bitcoin and swing trade it. So if we look at the economy now, we can see that what's been going on with the economy and the stimulus in USA is that they've increased the debt now. So that means that basically that they can print more, and they're not going to be in debt. And we can see that reaction in the markets. If I go to my stonks and you can see like the SPX yesterday had an amazing day buyback, and it's basically putting in just another lower high. And you can see, look at this buyback from the zone here, basically bought back perfectly towards the highs here. Now I do expect a natural pullback at the highs, but I do think before end of year you will see SPX and Nasdaq and the market, you can see, will probably reach all-time highs. And this is really, really interesting to see. But obviously what this shows us is that the money is in the stocks now, right? They're not actively trading Forex. I think Forex, they've started now to take their clients' profits, because what these institutionals and hedge funds do is they have profits at the end of the year, and they basically swing trades or use algorithms. So they're taking the profits out of Forex, and now the money seems to be moving into the stocks here. So we can see Nasdaq and SPX basically at all times high here. So I do expect a pullback, but you can see, and you know, the technology sector as well basically hit all-time high, not all-time high yet, but you know, on a closing basis. So very, very interesting to see where the money is now, and that also relatively comes into Bitcoin, right? Because what is going to be interesting now, and what I'm looking at, is if we go back here, I do have my Bitcoin chart here. If we go back here, you can see, like, if we go and look at some of the pairs like GU, you can see not much movement in GU. But US dollar pairs like US CAD yesterday, big day, that was a big drop here. But US dollar pairs getting Euro USD, I don't even think had much. Yeah, just a pretty much boring day. But if we go have a look at Bitcoin now, and we see what's been going on. So we had this dump off at Bitcoin, but what's going to be interesting here is that if we look at the weekly, Bitcoin is still putting in higher lows here, right? So as long as it's putting in higher lows, this is a very, very good opportunity for, personally, not financial advice. Of course, none of this information is financial advice, but this is a good opportunity around this area, because we know if price ends up closing a weekly before its higher low, okay, it's initiated a downtrend, cut the trade. And this is the biggest problem people make in investing and trading, is that they don't know when to cut the trade, right? And they just keep holding and holding and holding. But at the end of the day, you have to have risk management and you have to have a plan. So buying in this area makes sense, because I know if a weekly candle closes below this area or takes out these lows, I can just cut the trade, and I'm only risking, you know, 9-10% for a potential gain to all-time highs. First of all, 52%. That's your target. And then if you extend, I think Bitcoin will extend all-time highs in later 2022. And then, you know, you can be looking at setting a target here. So if we do get one more swipe down to the lows, you can understand what I'm doing there. So just an update, guys. Took a sell based on the daily bearish bias. As soon as this 30-minute close, you can see it's going pretty well now. So I took a sell here and expecting price to come retest these lows and hopefully continue. I'll be moving my stop to break even. You can see I kept my stocks above the structure here and expecting price to continue down bearish. And yeah, it's running well, nice. We're up about 4 or 5 pips, so pretty good. So guys, I closed out the trade now. We've managed to catch 17 pips here. Really nice move from here to here. We can see is a nice 24 pips actually. That's pretty impressive move, but where I closed, you know, with spread and everything, it came to about 19 pips or something. Very happy with this trade. It was very beautiful and it did exactly as I expected. Continued the move down past the lows. Live account, right? IC Markets live account as always. So yeah, happy with that trade. So the position was taken here based off this move. We had pre-London and London open push down, created a resistance. And once I saw that resistance creation respecting these zones here, I thought to retest the lows here once a target created. Very simple trade and something I take quite a lot. And that's the reality of a trader, is that once you take this trade, you follow your setups and that's it, done for the day. I'm not going to look for anything more. I've left a small runner to see how far this can push down, but we'll end up seeing what happens. I'm not going to move my stops to break even because there's no structure. I want to see some sort of structure and then I'll move my stops. But obviously if it comes too much into loss, I'll just close it. But I want to, you know, I'm taking this trade off a higher time frame analysis and I want to see if this really can come push down towards these lows here. So we'll see how this trade plays out, and I'm basically just gonna leave this. So I'm basically gonna leave this now and basically relax, and that's my trading done for the day. So I'll catch up with you guys later. So I've been taking my setups here and then data collection based on back testing using soft forex. But what I've been doing here, what is important is looking at what is the trade environment, right? So what was the daily bias? What was the previous daily? What was the current daily doing? What was the previous 4 hour doing? What is the current 4 hour doing? And this, I'm getting all of this data to see what is the result, right? So yesterday I took a loss here, you can see, and in the loss it was a buy, but what we can see is that daily buy, everything was bullish here, but the 4 hour was bearish, right? So as we can see that everything except the daily was bearish, right? So the current was bearish, but the previous 4 hour was bullish, but the current one was bearish, previous 1 hour bearish. So what I noticed here in the trend is that I tried to catch the move too early, right? And that's something that I can make a mistake, is catching the move too early, because we can see that I needed at least the current and previous 1 hour to be bullish, and I think that would have given me the best opportunity. But earlier on in the year, this position would have worked out, but it didn't work out because, you know, the markets, I need more confirmation, and that's what I was talking to you about in the beginning of the video, is getting more confirmation. So that's basically what I was looking at, and yeah. Alright guys, so we're leaving to the desert now in the car on the way to the road. I'll probably run some sort of time lapse or something and catch you guys there, so peace. Alright guys, we're in the desert now. Just cruising for now, and then we're gonna find a spot to park and then chill there, make some food and stuff. So yeah, enjoy. Alright guys, I didn't have time to film an outro, so this is another day and I'm filming it now, so that's gonna be the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please do the YouTube rubbish and not rubbish, but you know, like and subscribe really helps me. And please let me know. I want to see some comments. I want to see if you guys like these type of videos, because I had a lot of people asking me to make one, so I did make one. But let me know if you do like these, so I can continue making it. Tell me if it's something you enjoy, because there's education, there's lifestyle, there's, you know, more types of things. So maybe it's more interesting to watch than me sitting in front of a computer explaining to you advanced techniques and technical analysis. Maybe you like to learn in this type of way, because you know, we did have education as well as other stuff, right? So it's probably more interesting to watch, and maybe is a new format that you guys might enjoy. So the only way I know that is if you let me know in the comment below, and just comment what you want, because you know, it's engagement and I reply to all of them. And with that being said, guys, take care, trade sharp, and until next time, peace.